Hello and welcome back to another video from Real Therapy Fishing. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be showing you how to make our pike rigs. So the things we'll need for this rig are some heat shrink tubing, a treble hook, a single circle hook. Again, you don't have to use a circle hook, you can use a normal Aberdeen or any hook of your choice. This is just a bait holding hook. A decent pair of wire cutters, a pair of pliers for your crimping. Again, you can use a crimping tool, we'll get into that a bit later. A lighter and some 1.2mm crimps. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is cut a foot section off of this steel wire. This is the one I use. 17 pound, 38mm. Not that cheap, I don't think, but it's worth it. So the first thing we're going to do is cut off about a foot section. Cut that off. Get yourself a decent pair of snips. It always helps, especially when cutting wire. Now I'm going to set that to the side. So here we have our foot section. So we have our cut wire. So next I'm going to slide on 2 crimps. Now this is personal preference of how many crimps you decide to put on. I like putting on 2 just because of the fact that I've got loads and I don't want it slipping if I catch that big pike. So I'll put on 2 crimps. These are 1.2mm crimps in diameter by 10mm, so quite nice wide crimps. Next thing I'm going to do is get my treble hook, feed that over, and then I'm going to tuck this line back through the 2 crimps. So there's one. Doing it so you guys can see as well. And there's 2. Right. So just going to slide those down. Like so. You want to leave a bit of a circle there, just so you've got a bit of free movement on your treble hook. Now we're going to get our pair of pliers and very simply just crush the crimps as hard as you possibly can, because this is wire, don't forget. Nice and strong. That, guys, that ain't coming apart. So again, this is personal preference, but I like to grab this tag end and flick it over and really crush that and crimp that down into those sections rather than cutting it off. Keep it there because that allows for any slippage. So now we're going to get our piece of shrink wrap tubing, and to the other end I'm going to slide this down. Just like so. So this is now crushed the other way, this piece of wire. So all we're going to do is get our shrink wrap tubing. Again, you'll have to get a piece that matches this diameter. I know the yellow one works. Just like so. That this here keeps your rig all nice and neat. So now we're just going to give this a quick flame up. Try not to burn my hands. If my lighter starts working. And because this is wire, guys, it doesn't actually matter if you do burn it. It's not like mono where it's actually going to damage it. So that's that there. That's all nicely crimped up. And now that has made that completely smooth and streamlined. So any weed and stuff that you get, that ain't going to really grab hold of that. It's just going to glide straight over the top. So coming back from there now to our other end, we're going to add the circle hook. Now again, like I said earlier, you can use the circle hooks or you can use the Aberdeen, but just make sure you crush those barbs, guys. And I've done the exact same to this treble hook. I've crushed all the barbs when it goes into focus. There you go, just there. I've crushed all the barbs, so that'll make it a lot easier to remove from the pike's mouth once you've caught it. So I'm going to slide this end on now. Slide that over. And this here I'm just going to leave free running. So this will easily be able to go up and down the trace. Like so. That shrink wrap there will stop that from going all the way down. So one thing I did forget to add was you do need a barrel swivel. I did forget that at the start, but most of you guys have these. Again, you could actually just make a loop in the line, but I actually do prefer a barrel swivel. At least then it does actually do what it says on the tin and swivels. So firstly this time I'm going to be adding the shrink wrap tubing. It's going to go on first. Again, 2 crimps. Like so. And then our barrel swivel. Like so. So again, we're going to form our loop. And then slide our 2 crimps up the line. There's 1 and 2, like so. Again, leave a nice bit of a loop there, just allows the swivel just to move about. Grab our pair of pliers and crimp the crimps. The exact same process again with our tag end. Rather than cutting it off, just fold that back over, and then we're going to slide our shrink wrap tubing over the top. Give that a bit of a melt, so that shrinks down nicely, and there we have it, nice and streamlined. Perfect. So this here, guys, is our finished rig. Now with this circle hook, you put on your piece of herring, say, or your mackerel, whatever you're using, whatever dead bait, you're going to get your circle hook, exactly the same as what we do in sea fishing. Give it a couple of turns there so it keeps it all nice and streamlined. That would go into the nose of your fish, and this would go into the body. So that there is the completed rig. I hope you guys have enjoyed this short little video. There's plenty of fish to be had this time of the year, plenty of big ones as well. So get out there and go fishing. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next Saturday.